I'm pretty proud of everybody showing up. We're finally going to get a chance to go face-to-face with politicians over this issue. It's been kept secret from all of us. We've had difficulties with our Freedom of Information requests, and we've had to do all sorts of appeals to try to get information. One thing is the Ontario Farmland Trust recommends taking areas like this and turning them into greenbelt, so there can be more control over what is done to those lands. As the previous speaker was saying, every single day in Ontario, 185 acres of farmland is totally destroyed. This farmland is Class 2. Under the old agricultural environmental laws, you couldn't even put a solar farm on it. It's designated Class 2, and that's how high quality it is. One of our members did get some information on the selection of sites, 10 pages of 145 tome, and there's very little information on why this was chosen. It missed a lot of criteria and not really suited for a prison. But the way that they've eased all the environmental laws, and it can be taken, destroyed, and a prison built on it. A bunch of us got involved. I think there's probably a few people here that got involved with the strategic planning last year for the city. And one of the big things was, forget about the prison, and how about if we protect some of our green spaces and stuff like that. It's just what's happening all across Ontario and Canada is developers, financiers, and politicians have a lot of fun together, and they destroy a lot of stuff. Very little concern for the environment. The farmlands are an important part of our history. There's a gentleman coming out with his book about the Kemptville College. Very important part of our history, part of our heritage, part of our culture. Agriculture is in difficulty. Most farmers are getting older. A lot of farms are being sold, or they're just being left to the environment. So what really concerns me about this whole thing is none of our municipal politicians or any of our provincial politicians have spoken to us about this and listened to us and taken into account how we feel about this. It's not very democratic. Tonight, we do get an opportunity to discuss things and ask questions, which is great. And when the mayor first ran for office, she was touted as a candidate that was against urban sprawl. And I don't know what her agenda is. Are we going to have an Amazon warehouse next April? You know, like who knows? Like, she's not talking to us. We're the people that voted her in, and she's beholden to us. So your presence here is pretty important. I'm really proud that everybody showed up. It's awesome. Thank you.